While doing research on possible topics for the channel, I came across a trend. And this is how the media views ABDL and DL. You know, there was a time when journalists, whether the story went against their beliefs or not, wrote an article based on facts, not on their personal beliefs. For example, and this is only an example, let's say the journalist was totally against transgenders and totally against the transgender community. They would still report facts. Let's say the employer fired somebody for being transgender. The reporter or the journalist would report it as the employer's fault and not that of the transgender person. It seems true journalism is dead, because now that same story, they would find out a way to blame the transgender person and make the employer the saint. Journalism now is all about opinion and nothing about facts. And that's how they report about ABDL-DL. So they report, a man killed a bus full of nuns. The headline reads, man kills bus full of nuns. They do follow-up stories about it for a couple of days, maybe a week. Then found out that the man wore diapers and had a diaper fetish. Now the headline reads, man who wore diapers kills bus full of nuns. You read the article, and now it has nothing to do with the man killing a bus full of nuns. Now it has everything to do with police finding diapers at the man's residence. And the media influences how people perceive the ABDL-DL community. I read an article from Casa Grande's newspaper. Casa Grande is a town about 45 minutes from Tucson, where a man was arrested and sentenced for having CP on his devices. Now, mind you, he's getting what's coming to him. But the prosecuting attorney is what interested me about the article. And I'm going to read it of what she said. The diapers and baby products connect the dots in the man's hidden obsession with CP. They are products, items associated with children. It all comes together. No, it doesn't connect the dots or bring it all together. This has nothing to do with his diaper fetish or having baby products, and everything to do with him being a very sick, disgusting person that needs to be locked away forever and the keys thrown in a bottomless pit. That's what it's all about. But articles like this are why people view ABDL in such a bad light. The average person only reads what they want to read, only hears what they want to hear, only sees what they want to see. A lot of people who read this article will only read CP, diaper fetish, and think that's what the ABDL-DL community is all about. A good example was when I was in a gay chat room years ago. The topic came up as to the Pet Boys being gay, the Pet Boys being a band from the 80s. And I said, I think I remember them coming out on one of those shows like 60 Minutes, 2020, you know, one of the shows like that. Well, about 6 people went to, you guessed it, the 60 Minutes and 2020 websites to search for the information. And then came back and gave me shit because they didn't find anything about it on the 60 Minutes and 2020 website. I said, did you miss the part where I said on like one of those shows like 60 Minutes or 2020? Did I say that was the only 2 shows? Again, people only read what they want to read. They only hear what they want to hear, and they only see what they want to see. The media, in a lot of cases, I would venture to say in most cases, find the absolute worst of the ABDL community to do a story on. Let's look at talk shows. You know, you have the Dr. Phils and the Donahues from the 80s, and the Sally Jesse Raphaels from the 80s, who would do shows on ABDL and DL. They seem to find the most stereotypical ABDL-DL they can possibly find. Now, mind you, it's for drama effect. And I mean, I get that. I mean, who wants to watch a show where you have an actual adult dressed in adult clothes talking about ABDL and DL? There's no excitement in that. There's no drama in that. And Jerry Springer, will give him a pass on it because Jerry Springer found the worst of the worst of the worst of everything he brought on his show. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about reality shows where the show is based on ABDL DL, like the one that Riley Kalo was on. I think it was very tastefully done. I would have made a few changes myself, but I think it was very tastefully done for what it was. Then you have the ones who try to shine a little bit of positive light onto the ABDL DL community and end up opening a whole shit can of worms. And when they do that, they always seem to find a picture of the person in a diaper. Can't you just find a person wearing just clothes, for God's sakes? And the comment sections fill up with nothing but hate. And if there's no comment section, someone will create an area for a comment section so they can spread the hate. And for some reason, the haters always seem to turn to violence. In fact, a lot of people, protesters, opinionated people, if they don't get what they want, they turn to violence. Like it's been said before, a typical Republican is believe what I tell you or I will beat it into you. Now, that's not all Republicans. I'm just saying that was something that I heard years ago. And it seems as though they are mostly the gun-toting, Cheeto was the best president ever, Bible-reading, Christian model Americans who think America was founded on good Christian morals and values, that always thinks killing someone is the best answer. To these hater types like that, I would say, now I love my friends and family. I still have hope for humanity. And I have read my Bible from front to back many, many times. So tell me, where exactly in the Bible does it say it is okay to kill somebody who has a difference of opinion than yours, who has a different belief as yours? Tell me where in the Bible it gives you the right to be judge, jury, and executioner. Anyhow, back onto media. Doing articles on ABDL, DL that shine up a positive light will never happen because it doesn't sell. The media has gotten to the point where if they are called out for being wrong, they will spin it and find a way to make it somebody else's fault, not theirs, and find a way to make whatever they said right. The media tells you who, what, why, where, and when to hate. Like the song from Queen's Reich said, the rich control the government, the media's the law. So how can we change how the media portrays the ABDL-DL community? Honestly, I don't think we can. They've been giving so much power over our lives that it would be kind of like taking a side of beef away from a lion. Just wouldn't turn out very well. Now, I'm not saying we should stop being who we are. Keep being the best damn ABDL you can be. Keep posting those cute pictures on Twitter and Instagram and so forth. You just keep posting those pictures. When you're in an adult situation, be an adult. Kind of, sort of. I was going to give an example of an article that was written by, I think it was the Irish Mirror, about a guy who was having a hard time finding a job because of his ABDL lifestyle. And out of respect, I chose not to do that. So I'll just say this. Remember, work is work. Private is private. Personal is personal. We need to separate and balance out our lives. But with all my videos, this isn't the gospel according to Mark. You do what best fits your life. Just always remember, perception is reality. What that person perceives is their reality. So like, subscribe, comment if you must, and until the next video, be blessed.